fat bitches sitting sipping scotch by the seashore.
4 fat bitches sipping scotch by the seashore.
Sitting sipping scotch.
Sitting sipping scotch.
Yep.
Sitting sipping scotch. Sitting sipping scotch. Sitting sipping scotch.
That was good.
Sitting sipping scotch.
You want some remixes? I got some. I'm not a fig picker nor a fig picker some, but I'll pick them figs till the fig picking's done.
Then I'm gonna push a bitch.
Right?
You fig picking flirt.
I am. My son loves
Fig you.
figs.
Look
My
at how
son.
built you are.
I finally got back into exercising a few weeks ago. It's for whatever reason, because I got to that when I was boxing, I got up to like 190, something
All
like
right,
that.
nice.
And so now if I start exercising, it only takes a few weeks and I'll start getting definition and everything back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I wish my body would do that.
I mean,
You
I also
would,
drink
you gotta
I drink
try
a protein
exercising.
shake every morning.
Nah, I'm good.
I know. Man.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself I'm going to.
God, dude, it gets harder and harder the older you get.
Oh, yeah.
I've been told anyway.
Just got to find the motivation. I just got to make it part of my routine. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I can wake up right now and just go to my back porch and smoke a cigarette, drink a Red Bull, and flip through YouTube and watch our episode or watch other people's stupid shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I should just
a
start
lot easier.
texting you in the mornings, and we just text each other and be like, "Hey, man,
What's up, bro?
do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Stop showing off Terry Crews.
I know, right?
You're like the white Terry Crews right now."
Gonna hook you to a drum set.
That was the easy thing to learn. It was the
Yeah. Fuck you. Stop showing off again. Like, I can't do any of these things. Like, if you attach some strings to my chest, I'm sure you're like,
you got to press it. You just got to go in the. You got empty kegs in the back. You just get back there.
he does do this, actually.
Yeah, I've seen people do it also. Yeah.
I gotta move. If I have too much energy and I'm like, shaking. That's a weird thing, especially like we talked about before. As a bartender, you have to be kind of in the zone. You have to be in the zone out of the way, but you can't be having. You can't be in a bad mood or whatever it is. Or sometimes I come to work and I'm just. Fuck you, Kelly. Fuck yeah.
Chefs are always in a bad
yeah.
mood. We just function in bad moods.
I wouldn't say I function in a bad mood. I'm like, I do get in bad moods.
I've seen you operate
Yeah.
pretty good when you're in a bad mood and you're just quiet, and I just don't even talk to you because then it's just like, yeah, you just do your job. There's no other distractions when you're in a bad mood. You're in your bad mood, and then you just do your job.
It's more like I'm stuck in my head. And
Yep.
the only distraction I really have is to focus on work.
Yeah.
That's usually how that works.
That's
And then
fair.
I'll come along and try to get you out of your bad mood usually.
I try to slap you.
Yeah, I know. You do that.
I just
but
goon.
I
You
just-
gooner.
Just sit around gooning.
Yep.
Oh, I feel so much better. All that tension was in my prostate. Just let it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's where you keep your tension. Mine's in my shoulders.
Yeah.
You keep yours in your prostate. Well, hey, to each his own.
That'll be
When
the
in
real,
Rome.
That'll be the real impressive thing. If I can get my kegels to a point where I can just
Yeah.
bloop, 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 like a
All
light
roads.
switch.
Yeah. All right. Wait.
But, you gotta have personal goals, little things that make you happy.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
my
Hey.
wife would probably be happy about it too.
yeah. Okay.
It's a relationship goal then.
There you go.
Do it for her.
What's
not
good for the
yourself.
goose is good for the gander.
What's good
What's
for you is good for the
goose is
gander.
good for the gander.
I think that's what they said.
Good for
Somebody
the goon
said
is good
that.
for the
Somebody said
gander.
Somebody once said that though. I don't know who.
Oh man.
Okay.
So it's not the reason I got into bartending, but the first time I saw that first time.
Waterfall.
Nah.
That's gonna be behind a paywall. You want to see that content?
Nobody saw that except for the people watching video right now. Like, everybody listening to this in their cars, like, what the hell just happened?
It's a waterfall. Don't know what I would do to a waterfall.
Beautiful little things that only happen on video.
All right.
Don't kill your data rate, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Anyways,
We're visual animals. We just really are.
yes, we are. Sorry, the Jolly Rancher was on my tongue. Okay.
Hold on.
Well, anyways, welcome to Eating While Standing, everybody. I think we should finally introduce the show.
Yo, what's up? You know what
I
I'm
want to see
saying?
more of that Jolly Rancher ASMR.
Yeah.
Right? The thing Zach doesn't know is they're laced with LSD also.
Oh,
about
that's
to
going to be a
be
really
real
great
fun.
day. I can't wait to see what my inventory count's going to be later. We have 3 purple elephants of mozzarella.
Oh yeah, oh god, that 5-pound bag, is that still at work?
Oh, it's still there. I made sure.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait.
What?
Yeah, we had gotten way too much mozzarella, so I was like, I got to get rid of this. So I just started giving it
A
away.
5-pound bag?
Yeah,
2 5-pound bags.
dude, it was just so
The
much
fuck?
mozzarella.
I didn't even know they packaged mozzarella in a 5-pound bag.
It's shredded mozzarella. I got
yeah,
the
yeah, I
logs up
know,
there.
but like a 1-pound bag is like that, right? Or is that a 5-pound bag? Then am I
No,
thinking?
you're
the
thinking of
wrong-
a 5-pound
That
bag.
is a 5-pound bag. The
Yeah.
little pillow ones. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you just,
Ooh, it's a pillow.
What do you
Could
guys?
you imagine what that'd be?
What do you mean you can't use that much mozzarella? What do you use the mozzarella on?
We just don't go through that much product, so I just don't want to have it just sitting there taking up all the space. It's like I have so much mozzarella on the shelf right now that it's already kind of like too much.
what does
And
it
so
even
they
go
sent
on?
more.
Because we don't make our own mozzarella sticks or.
It goes on a very few items now, which is why I was like surprised when I got it. I was like, why do I have this?
Yeah.
All the mozzarella and no fries.
I got to go back to my emails. It could have been my fault. I probably mistaken put that in instead of the cheddar versus because they're right there next to each other. So I probably read the wrong number.
Yeah.
Yeah, your order sheets suck.
Yeah, it does.
Like my order sheets. Now, granted, I have way less things to order, so that's probably a big part of it. But yeah, it's so just the way it's set up in Excel. It feels like it could be set up to be a lot more clear. How many cooks out there, chefs that have to order, have just like made that mistake?
Just made a cluttered mess.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, you got to zoom it in because if you have like what 30 or 40 different tiles,
and she keeps all the stores on the same sheet.
Wait, you don't print it up? You just do it?
No,
on
I
the-
print it up.
Okay, I was gonna say I'd print that up. put
It
that on
just
a clipboard.
it gets really convoluted because we have there's 5 full restaurants, so you have to make sure to find your line with your restaurant on it because she uses the same sheet for everybody,
Okay.
and she wants everybody line everything up. So we find our line, then we have to go through. So it's like you're lining it up like a grid. So it's like if I'm over here, I'm the third one over, and I have to remember where. Okay, now I'm going down the lines. Okay, great. And there's just like they keep adding more to it, so that the grids just keep getting smaller and smaller.
Hell no. Damn.
oh no, you just click on the wrong one. I need 3 of this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, you get used to it after a while, but yeah, I make a few
Yeah.
mistakes here or there just because like I read a line, I'll go across, and I'm like, okay, so that's this one. Click, and it's nope. It was
Right,
supposed to be the other one.
Do you have any shakers over there?
Kind of shakers, like cocktail shakers.
Yeah.
Not over there.
Do you have any
upstairs.
movers? And
Oh.
shakers?
I
You
do.
know what? I
I
might
like to shake it, and move.
either
it, move
that
it.
or if you
Shake it,
finish
baby.
that, I'll use that.
shake it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I did not, when I got in the service industry, I made my way to bartender, but my goal was not to stay there. There wasn't anything real like romantic about it. And then later on, because way after Cocktail had come out, I saw Cocktail. I was like,
Wait.
Tom Cruise makes this look good.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you're talking about the same. I mean, yeah, they did for a
I
second.
mean, it looks. I mean,
yeah.
granted, he's bartending in New York.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's
That was like the
sexy.
1980s too.
There's something about you, like it's having fun behind
It
work.
is,
It's taking those
it
shakers
is.
and just doing the
Yeah.
unnecessary flares. Doing
Yeah,
it around.
yeah. I love watching those competitions, those bartender competitions. You ever watch
Yeah.
those? Those are so
Oh,
much
man.
fun. Bro, they can do some amazing stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's talent, bro. That's practice. You messed up a lot of times to get there.
And just
Do they
something
ever
about the
televise that
style.
stuff?
I
mean,
think there's some Netflix shows that do
I
stuff
bet you
like that.
there should be like some Ocho, ESPN Ocho. I think it's on.
I'm still blown away. That's a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was like strictly a made up thing from dodgeball, and like, oh my
it's
god,
real.
there's actual professional
Yeah.
pillow fighting
Yes.
on the TV right now.
Mhm.
That
And
was
dodgeball
beautiful.
That is awesome.
And
and like
corgi
tag.
races.
Corgi races. What
Yeah.
is this
And
stuff?
tag.
Tag.
Yeah.
Like the Ocho is real, and it's oh my god.
The Ocho is real.
Dude, I'm learning
It's
shit.
like I feel like I found the TV cryptid.
Yeah. yeah.
Hell
So I
yeah.
wonder if they have like the bartender competitions on there. I bet
That
you
would
they
be really cool. Even though I
You
don't know
know?
if it would be the Ocho, because I feel like that would be like a real thing, right? I mean, there's TV shows for everybody else on
Yeah.
real TV. Why the hell are the bartenders not on there?
Yeah, why not? They have all these cooking shows, you know what I'm saying, for everything on Food Network. When are the bartenders going to get their own little 15 minutes of fame, you know?
Yeah.
I would totally watch that as they're making drinks and then the judges got to get drunk or the judges have to like taste and spit, you know what I'm saying, for balance.
Judges have to get drunk.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Is to get them
Right.
drunk.
Well, they would be by the third or fourth round. You're tasting all these drinks. Judges are
We
getting
kind of
hammered.
rotate the
You
judges.
definitely gotta
y'all.
hire some heavy hitter alcoholics.
Rotate 'em,
You
baby.
can't hire nobody that's like never drink. You gotta hire like chefs would be like the. No, I don't know. Yeah, who would be the judges?
No,
on that?
I do think that like bartenders would definitely be good better judges
Dude,
because
yeah.
they drink all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Again,
I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Not to say they all
The
drink.
drinking
all the
has
time.
nothing to do with the flair, though.
No.
no,
No.
but that's part of the competition. You know.
Yes.
There's
yeah,
no
you get judged on your
flair
flair.
on,
where
like,
like,
yeah, when they're doing it on the cooking shows either, when they're sauteing stuff or they flambe and they add alcohol or brandies or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's just part of the flair of cooking and doing it different techniques, you know? Like there really is. They've done the science behind it, which is, I mean, minuscule. It's like 0.01% difference between a shaken martini and a stirred martini, but there actually is a difference.
good for them.
Yeah, and James Bond can detect that. That's why he always gets his stirred, not shaken, because he knows the difference.
He's got that much of a sensitive
That's
palate.
how sensitive. He's like the Chuck Norris of like martinis.
Don't do that. Chuck Norris is Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I
with
know.
Martinis. Okay.
Chuck Norris likes margaritas. I think Chuck Norris is more of a margarita drinker. Wouldn't you say?
Okay, explain. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
explain. Because a margarita is like a kick-ass drink that you can drink anywhere.
Fair.
You know,
If it kicks
Like,
ass,
it does. It does.
he probably created
I
it.
mean, they're delicious, they're tasteful, and they're good for the family.
Okay.
Above 21
Wait.
family.
Wait, what?
Chuck
They're good
Norris
for the
isn't-
family.
They are. They're good for the family. They're a good
Sad.
family drink.
Okay.
You and your family have never had margaritas?
Yeah.
Sat around and just been like, you know what? When this sounds good right now, a pitcher of margaritas.
We're gonna do this again.
My family sits around and just drinks moonshine out of a bottle.
That's
Oh,
what
wow.
I'm talking about. That's a family event.
Hey, let's know where you're from then. Heard.
Hmm.
Tell me
Welcome
where
to
you're from.
Georgia.
Tell me where you're from without telling me where you're from.
Hey,
We drink just mason jars of moonshine. West Virginia.
What?
West Virginia. You're from
I
old
drink
Rocky Top.
margaritas. I mean, I like a good margarita.
There is, in fact, the Blair Bartending Association.
Associate? They have an
ESPN
association.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah, there's an association. There's competitions. I've known people that do
Yep.
these competitions.
Okay.
Competition.
Competitions.
Yep. Those are words.
Very
Yeah,
strictly.
right. Those are words.
Flair
It's a
is the
C-word.
efficient is a simply efficiency of movement with a little pizzazz.
Yep.
So flipping, spinning, throwing, bouncing, catching bottles and drinks, while using highly technical pours and cuts to ensure accuracy and no spillage while performing these various tricks and
Ooh.
moves.
They're like the high divers. No spillage. No splash.
So you're making it efficiently with flair.
Wasted that fucking margarita.
It's always dinner and a show.
splash. 2
Like that
points
scene
off.
from Coneheads where she dives in and just like
Perfect. It's a perfect pour. Perfect. No splash.
There's actually a list of flair bars. Flair bar list.
Nice.
What is this?
But where is it televised at?
Televised.
Ocho,
Oh,
ESPN
oh.
Ocho. Telling you, it has to be.
You think that'd be the one? I
That's
don't
where
think
I
this
would go.
gets a whole lot of attention.
Or like Freeview.
This
Why
side.
not? Why?
well,
why not?
This side in particular, but
I'm tired of watching cooking shows. I have
I am too.
like I get angry sometimes at watching the cooking shows or listening to these people tell me what to do and how they would do that. And in my mind, sometimes I'm like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. And I understand that's what cooking is. It is about pushing the boundaries and trying new things.
yeah.
But there's just some things like that's just stupid. Why'd you do this before that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
It is kind of funny sometimes when I'll see people like prepare things backwards,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Huh.
okay, that
Huh.
just I don't know if that would work,
No.
but
I
like
mean,
in a
yeah.
functioning kitchen, but
Yeah.
maybe it works at home, and it doesn't matter. I guess
Yeah.
if you've got the time to do it, you want to do it that way, you can do it however
Yeah.
way you want with your
Bartenders
broken
can just
sauce.
get away with so much more shit.
Kind of. At least you tell
Yeah.
us. I mean, really, because I mean, like, all I know is how to drink it.
Yeah, right. I know how to
I
participate
know how to drink
in
it.
the post activities.
Yeah.
I'm more of like I'm there for when the games are all over. I'm helping out. Then I'm with the cleanup crew.
There you go.
I help empty the cups.
In
Fill
general,
them up. I empty them.
I mean, hey, that's a very important part of the
It is,
process.
it is.
The
You
glass
can't-
must be emptied before it can be filled
Yeah,
again.
and washed. Well, you got to
Yeah,
wash,
wash
it first.
Please wash it.
Health inspector will get you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Wash the glasses. Wash them properly.
Shout out
don't
to the health
reuse 'em.
inspectors.
People get
Still
mad at
love
me
you.
when I won't take their glass and pour another beer into the into their.
Yeah. Nope,
Oh, yeah,
can't
I've
do
seen
it.
that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, and some people,
I
I guess
don't
they
get
think it's
mad.
okay. Which, if
I
I'm
know.
busy, I'll do it. But it's technically you're not
No.
supposed to because
Oh,
your mouth
yeah.
has been on the
Yes.
glass. I can't put it. I'm not
Lots of
supposed to put it
germs.
anywhere near that
No.
spout.
Yeah.
That just is what
Yeah.
it is.
Exactly.
It took me a long time to like connect those two dots because I'd be young, 21, like, you just use the same glass. And the bartender's like, no, I can't. I'm like, yeah, just use the same glass. No sense in, oh, yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
But that's when you're young, you know what I'm saying? You didn't think about it.
Question about that, though, then. If it's canned beer, could you technically do it then?
Yeah, they can hand you
'Cause
as
then
many
it's-
beers as you want as long as your cup stays there. They can never take it
Yeah.
back, though, because
Because you can do it with pitchers.
yeah, again, you keep the same cup. Sometimes they'll offer to bring you a new cup, or you can just be like, nah, I'll use the same cup, which I do. I just use the same one.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
pitchers aren't typically a problem. Usually you'll rewash them anyway, just so you don't have any funk or anything sitting at the bottom.
Yeah.
If it's been at the table for a minute.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
like
the
that.
pitcher
Like, let me
you'll
get you a
wash,
new
but not the
glass, and then you
Yeah.
just switch those
And
out.
normally if you're at a table and you order one, they're going to go get the new pitcher, bring it to you, then take away your old
Yeah.
one instead of
Yeah.
taking it back, get a
Yes.
refill. It's just inefficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's for pitchers. I'm talking about like canned beer. Like, does canned
Yeah,
beer
they can
fit into
give
that?
those to you all day long, as long as you keep filling the glass up.
Oh, like keep handing someone a canned beer? and
Like,
let them
can
use
you
the same
hand them?
glass?
Like, can they have the same glass? And because you were talking about how you can't use the same glass because of the spout. If you're not technically going to the draft, if you're not doing any draft or mixed
Yes.
drinks,
I don't think there's an issue with it.
No.
okay, that's what I was wondering. I was just kind of like,
Yeah,
would
it's your
because
glass,
it's
it's
still,
only
it's,
going in your
it's still technically like behind the bar, and I'm not pouring
Yeah.
myself out of a pitcher. So
No. I
It
mean,
does
I'll
really apply.
pour that same beer into their glass if they want.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because it's not like the can has been on it's not been around anyone else.
Yeah.
but you're touching the glass. You're getting their mouth germs all over
I'm
your.
touching your
dirty
glasses.
hands.
I'm always
Yeah.
touching the glass.
I know, but if they've already drank out of it, then all of a sudden you're just pouring more beer in there and getting all their mouth germs on your dirty hands.
I go wash my hands.
Wait,
Oh, no,
what
well,
part of the glass are you grabbing from? You grab it from the top, you hold it from the bottom and pour a beer.
Germs spread.
Well, obviously.
And what if they
okay.
walk? They grab the glass too. Their hands have been on that.
That was like that COVID shit when that happened. That
Ours
shit
are
used to
filthy.
crack me up.
You just
when
take the
they're like-
just take the house vodka.
Yeah,
There you go.
Just wash your hands with the alcohol.
Good to go.
That's what
Now
doctors
my
do.
hands are dry and
Yep.
fucking wonderful.
Oh, I'm getting a headache from smelling myself. I'm good.
But do y'all, in the time you've been in the industry, did you see or do you think there's been any major change in the industry after shows like The Bear, after The Menu, like just
They're just watching all
not-
these shows.
more like film, less cooking shows because
Yeah.
those are kind of they're kind of everywhere. They're always kind of the
Now,
same.
but again, a
But
long
pop
time
culture.
ago I did, yeah. I don't
Okay.
see it anymore. Of course, I'm out of the industry, so I don't really see it per se like that on an everyday basis. But yeah, I don't know.
When The Bear was airing,
I think it gave
was-
a lot
Oh,
of
it's
us
still
just
airing,
something to
isn't it?
talk
I
about.
mean, it's,
oh yeah,
no. What I mean
When it
is
first
like when
started.
it like the
Season,
season
yeah.
dropped and everybody was
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah.
it's water cooler talk. It's what we talk about when we're bored. Oh, did you
It's-
watch last night's episode? Oh, that was crazy.
It
you
did
know?
have an
Okay.
effect, though. It did have an
Yeah.
effect. Like all of a sudden, everybody started thinking they needed to,
Yeah.
have their
Cut
kitchen
their
set up
tape.
the same way. Cutting the tape thing was a big
Yeah.
thing. Where it's like all of a
Right.
sudden everybody did it. It's just
Yeah.
like McDonald's employees thought that they were so good because they were doing that. Not to say that, not maligning, just saying it's a different style.
yeah,
It's just things like that where people all of a sudden they just jump on a bandwagon, and it's like let's just get as pretentious as we can
Okay.
because we saw it on TV. So now all of a sudden
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's me being represented. That's me.
yeah.
Now it's cool.
Now I
it's
have to
fun.
do everything
Yeah.
they've done, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, you can still be chill and be yourself.
Hmm.
You don't have to do that. Like I don't always cut my tape perfectly like off the fucking thing. Like what I'll do is I'll line up my tape and then I'll cut with like a knife or something like that sometimes.
The tape for what?
Labels.
Oh, for labels. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're dating and label and stuff, blue tape, painter's tape.
Hmm.
Don't
I
don't
label
date your
things.
labels.
Yeah.
They're their own people.
I mean, but you got to put a nice
Stop
date on 'em.
labeling your labels. Stop putting labels
Yes,
in
do
everything.
put dates on the labels.
Yeah.
Is that an argument we can make? I refuse to put labels. I refuse to put labels and dates because that's ageist, and I think limes are good no matter how long they've been sitting.
Well,
Wow.
good luck with that. But no, that's not how that works.
I'll just juice them. Does juice go bad?
Yes, juice goes bad.
Well, fuck you all.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Just goes bad. And it's just like this.
If you don't want to date
it's
and
the
label
fucking
stuff, you
Cambro
make
with a
just
leather
enough
jacket
that you're
on
gonna
it.
sell that day. You have 24 hours. If you don't ever want to date and label anything, then you have 24 hours to serve that and
Yeah.
make it.
Mm.
Now, if you go through something, you make something on a daily, like mashed potatoes, for example. You know what I'm saying? We make that in the morning. We sell that all day long. If we have any left over, then yeah, we date and label that. But we don't date and label the stuff that we're gonna use that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 24 hours for that. That's a little tricky.
I'm gonna
to get
chop
away
up
with.
some shallots.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to use that today. So
Yep.
I'm not going to label that just to put it on the line and then have to take the
Yeah.
label off in like
Yeah.
4 hours.
Referring to the last episode, would that be a problem for the health inspector?
Yep.
Like, would they like? Could you talk your
Yep.
way and say, "Hey, I cut it today," or to them it
That's
doesn't
exactly
matter?
what you say.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do.
That's what you
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
You tell them because they'll ask you that. They're like, "What happens to this product at the end of the night when you're finished with your shift?" Your
Throw it
response
out.
is, "I throw it away,"
Hmm.
or
I'll
I
throw
put
it
it into a vegetable bucket, which is then labeled. So
Yes.
that's the only way. Like, if you have leftover vegetables and scraps, like say I had leftover onions and this that I wasn't using during that shift, I would throw them into a vegetable bucket, which becomes vegetable stock or like mirepoix, things
Right.
like that.
It's gonna go
depending
into
on what
hot
you-
water. It's gonna be boiled.
Yep.
It's gonna.
Yep. And now that's
Cook up any
date and
bacteria.
label.
That's date and label, so that way that stuff doesn't go bad.
Yep.
You don't
Yeah.
want that. And
You don't want it in
again, you
there.
can't just add to something like that. Like the next day, you're not adding to
Yeah.
that. And
It's
then
not like a loaf of sourdough where you can have 5 years on that.
No.
You got 7 days to get that out of there.
Yeah, I learned all kinds of wrong stuff because growing up, the bucket full of vegetables was meant to go out and be hog's food.
now
true,
that's
too.
that's
Yeah,
something else you can
that.
do with it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Turn it into compost. I've worked for restaurants to where they had their own gardens, and it's great compost. That and eggshells, which I
Eggshells
still,
are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand, but they are apparently
Full of
Yeah, that and
calcium or they're full of something.
coffee
but-
grinds and things like that.
Coffee grinds I never quite
Yeah,
understood, but
yeah.
no, nitrogen. I
Mhm.
believe it's nitrogen coffee
Yeah.
grinds.
Well, whatever. They throw all that into a nice compost heap.
Yeah.
Is it heap?
Yeast. It's
Is it
heap.
yeast?
Heap.
Not
It's
a
a
yeast?
HEAP. Heap.
Heap. Wait, what? How?
Heap and pile of
Heap and pile.
compost.
Compost?
Compost.
All right. Yeah.
Just in the background, just heap, heap, heap. But no, it definitely. Like, I saw the effects that it was like those, like the bear especially had. But I think as far as like film, like the menu was definitely one that people kind of got behind because then that one I think was more influenced by how what it kind of started everybody with like the picture of the guy eating on the bucket.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that blew up our industry.
The pickle bucket. We got to get a pickle bucket for the set. We need a pickle bucket.
But that blew everything up because now, and then all of a sudden, everybody wanted to act like, "Oh my God, we know what goes on in the industry now. This poor people."
Yeah, the menu is exactly how every restaurant operates. We're all gonna kill ourselves.
Yeah,
eventually.
exactly. It's just like you're never going to be as good as me.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, coach.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. If you ever dead, just order a burger. Just order a plain burger. Bring them back down to earth. 'Cause all these
There you
chefs, they're off in another planet somewhere, and they just need you to ground them, bring them back down.
Sometimes some chefs can, and like
Yeah.
it can be pretty detrimental sometimes. Like I was listening to this one guy talking about it, and God, I really wish I could remember his name right now. But he basically put it in a way where it's just like you can't get caught up in the process. You
Right.
have to remember that what we're trying to do is make something that tastes good. Like you can put all the fruits and all the vegetables, everything you want into this, like, top knot or whatever. And it come out and it could look great, but it could be absolute garbage. But I would much rather turn that into a salad.
Mm,
All right.
It's like,
yeah.
if a salad could be better than that, just don't get so caught up in the process.
yeah.
And so that's where I think a lot of people kind of get lost in the industry, where it's just like they have to showboat. They have to be so big. They have to do something so complicated. They overcomplicate it to make it
Yeah.
seem like they've done something that nobody else can ever do.
There's a lot of bartenders that are just as guilty. Like, not
Yeah.
everything needs to be smoked. Not everything needs fresh herb. Not everything
Yeah.
has to go through this elaborate process and take
Yeah.
3 minutes to get to you. It's like, does it taste good?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you need to layer it like this? Is it just aesthetic? Are you spending
Yeah.
all this time to make something that I'm just gonna
Yeah.
swirl up anyway?
Yeah.
It's just like as it goes
It
to the
is.
table, people will go, "Whoa!" and
Yep.
that's it.
That's it.
Exactly. That's all it is.
That's the same
They're-
reasons chefs design plates and make plates look like that. It is. It's an artwork. It is to show off that because
And
not
I've
everybody
seen,
can do it.
Well,
I've
that's the truest part. It's like it's you can still be amazing and have that art and beautiful
Yeah.
plating,
Absolutely.
but keep it in a way that it's simple enough to be like not just recognizable,
Mm.
but actually good. Like actually tastes good. Where it's just like I wouldn't have this any other way.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you want to get there are times where you want to do those complicated things. You want to be able to use molecular gastronomy to kind of give a different experience, and all of a
Absolutely.
sudden it's like you're
fun.
tasting something in a new way
Yeah,
that you've
it's
never
fun.
had before.
Yeah, it is
Mhm.
fun. That stuff is fun. Creating foams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a place for
What
it.
about food trucks? You remember what was that food truck? came out.
That was a
Chef?
food truck movie.
Chef, yep.
Yeah, it was
Chef.
just called Chef.
Oh,
Never saw
heard.
Chef, yeah.
It was John
Fuck yeah.
Favreau.
Yes, it was. It was John Favreau. But did you notice, like, right after that movie, like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
food truck industry blew up.
Food truck. Well, that's what led up
Ah.
to it because it was already kind of growing, especially
Yeah,
out in
it
California.
Was. It was. Oh, yeah.
It was
that's where food truck
big.
started, was Cali,
Exactly. It
baby.
was
like, we started
huge out
roach
there.
coaches. I've mentioned those before a million times about how they were nothing. Like, you only went to roach coaches, like, after the bar late at night, you know? And now the next thing you know, we're, like, they're artesian grilled cheese roach coaches out there.
Roach coaches.
That's
Yeah.
what a
That
lot of
doesn't-
people called it. for a
That's
while.
what. That's the old school name for them. You know, so that's just like a slang
Ah,
name for them, a street
okay.
name for them. They're food trucks, but we call them roach coaches because, like, well, back in the day they were on streets, so like you never knew what kind of cockroaches and things were just gonna crawl up in that kitchen.
Ah, gotcha.
They were usually just they were on dirty streets in the back alleys out of a nightclub.
Oh, not sitting out front of like nice
Nope.
convention
No,
centers and.
not at all.
My condo has a food truck like
Nope.
almost every
Yeah.
day. If I wake up early enough,
Yeah.
there's one sitting out there, and it's a nice little area. That just I've never
No.
actually been up early enough to like go and get the food. Or I saw another one as I was leaving today. I was like, damn it, I don't have time to go get. I want to try one of these.
Yeah, they're good. I love them.
Yeah, they've gotten really
They've
good.
gotten really good. But that movie was like, I remember that movie came out and then it blew up everywhere after that. That had a really big impact on the culinary worlds.
Yeah.
I noticed a trend, or maybe not a trend, but I've worked with people that they're very good at craft cocktails. They understand molecular gastronomy. They can make intricate things, but then if you put them in that high volume, like environment, they're used to moving slowly and deliberately, and they can't do 3 glasses in one hand. They can't pour drinks and grab another order at the same time. It's like, how do you know all this stuff and yet you can't survive in this arena where all you have to do
Yeah.
is pour a beer, and give it to someone at
Yeah.
your base level, something that they don't typically do at all.
Yeah.
Because people they want to spend $15+ on this nice craft cocktail.
Yeah.
They come to this other environment. It's like, you gotta. Where's
Yeah,
that hustle,
it's-
man?
Yeah.
The difference between fine
Well,
dining
it's like
and
a-
casual.
It's like
Yeah.
imagine if you never rode a bike before, but you learned how to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you get on a bicycle and you just sit there and you
What
just
do you mean? I
fall
got to
over.
pedal?
I gotta move my legs.
I got to move my
It's like,
legs?
I gotta actually do shit.
I gotta do
You
stuff.
gotta move to make this thing
Yeah.
go faster. Oh my goodness!
That's how this works.
Yeah, when
And
you
that's
go- when you go to-
that's kind of how I see it.
When you go
Yeah,
to craft
yeah.
bars, the behind the
Pretty good,
bar,
actually. I like that
the
analogy.
bartenders don't move. There's just a little treadmill, and it just. whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
They're just doing the electric slide all night long.
Oh,
To the
yeah.
left. 2 hops this time. To the right. Everybody
Everybody
clap your hands.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in middle school.
Or any birthday party or any wedding
or a skating rink.
or a skating rink
Or a bowling
or a bar
alley.
mitzvah.
Ah, did I miss cosmic roller skating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That is old
I
school
was never
stuff.
really great at skating, but I was.
I was
I
pretty
did
good.
it. I had
I
no
was
problem
good.
just rolling around in a circle. This
Yeah.
is cool, awesome.
I'm gonna get in the limbo line. Ah!
Yeah, fuck that limbo line.
Oh shit! I'm gonna
You'll
do it again.
embarrass yourself real quick in that damn limbo line.
Oh yeah, just
especially when
shit.
everybody else is so much better than you.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
they're whipping around. You're like, I can't turn this way.
Can't bend like that.
God, man, is that where Sonic was like poaching employees from?
Probably. Or not maybe poaching, but they could have definitely went there for, I would have been a good idea to do it.
Yeah, Sonic does not. They don't know how to poach anything.
No,
I wouldn't try a poach.
Or people that were there and they just wanted to skate more. Maybe they just went and got a job there.
that would be kind of.
Maybe.
I love
I doubt
going
it.
to the skating rink every Friday night.
Even though I don't.
Where
I
is-
don't really
where
see
can I get a
anybody
job at?
skating
Oh,
I
anymore.
want to work.
That you know where to get a job at. If you left skating, go get you a job at
I thought you just said SeaWorld.
oh no, skating.
Skating around at SeaWorld. Yeah. Over here are the manatees. The manatees.
Yeah.
They're endangered. Please don't tap the glass. They're all gonna be
That
dead
would be
soon.
pretty cool if like all SeaWorld employees had to wear roller skates though. That would make it a
Make
little more-
navigating like your job would get done a lot faster.
Yeah, it'd be
I
pretty
guess
interesting.
it would be a real hazardous, like the splash zone.
Yeah.
Just what's I want to do that cartoon like whoop. Like, damn it! It's in my head. I can't get it out.
No,
Now I have thoughts. Thank you.
you're
There you
welcome.
go.
I'm glad we can finally
See?
help
I know,
you
right?
be a human being
With
again.
the inner monologue. Now you're thinking about it. You're like, how could that?
I was peaceful.
just
Yeah.
lives there rent
I was
free.
at peace.
I wish I could not think like that. That's so great. You're a lucky man by being able to turn that off.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying it requires it's more exhausting. So like I go to do the edits and stuff, and I gotta like think about what should I do here and yada da. And I can only do like an hour at most at a time because it's just like, oh god. And then I go try and play Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm like, no, I have to think more.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I can do that.
I think that's a lot easier than 24/7 monologues and narrations and inside your head of telling you everything that you've done wrong all day long.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I basically
don't
got a
really have
single
that.
mother living inside my head, also rent free. That's always just constantly telling me what I've done wrong, how I can make better choices in life. I should clean my room. I need to do my laundry.
I've just got like gremlin that just never ends.
Just growls at you all day
It's
long.
just no, it literally
Just
it feels like
growls.
that all the time. Like I call it a little gremlin because it's nonstop just chattering in my head.
Yeah.
Like my
Multiple
wife calls them
conversations.
mind goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of those too. I just locked it in the closet a long time ago when I was
Yeah.
cleaning my room.
No, I don't got a closet to put that thing in. I need,
Well, you need
I
to.
need to start renovating. I
Maybe
think that's
at
what the
least-
therapy's for. Is like,
Yeah, there
oh
you
yeah,
go.
I'm renovating
That's
right
exactly
now.
This is brain
That's
renovation.
exactly what therapy is. It's renovation of the mind. Look, we're gonna put up some color splashes
This is
here. We're gonna build a closet or a cage.
Yeah,
for the
cage would
little
definitely be
gremlin.
great.
Yeah,
But
right.
let's start with the structure.
Right?
The structure is unstable.
Just,
We need to
you
a
know?
whole new foundation.
This foundation is falling
Right.
apart.
It's our good bones here. We ain't got a good bones. Good structure.
This
Gotta
house
start-
is sitting on an Indian burial ground. That's
Right,
not
yeah.
a good place
Oh, that's
to put
exactly
it.
what it feels like in there, buddy. Yeah, it's definitely poltergeist up
Right.
in here.
This is definitely a pet cemetery.
It looks like when you were shown Chucky as a kid 3 times a day. That's when it was really laid down.
It's more like Freddy Krueger, Nightmare at Elm Street.
Yeah.
He was nightmare
Yeah.
fuel for a while.
Yeah.
I finally got over that
Michael
fear.
Myers, man, that son of a bitch.
Oh,
'Cause he never talks. He just follows you.
Yeah,
Who was that? Who was the hot goth mistress?
Elvira.
Elvira.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Mistress of the Dark.
That-
Right?
that's-
She just told stories though. She was like the crypt keeper, the sexy crypt
Yeah,
keeper.
she always had like the program where she would like
She was the
introduce the
blessed.
movies, and
That's
she would
all I
have
needed her
that
to
stuff.
do is just
Oh,
sit
yeah.
there and talk to me.
And then she finally got her own movie. That was
Yeah.
really cool.
Did she?
Yeah, she has her own movie.
She has
Oh,
her own
shit.
movie finally. Yes.
What, like
Finally got-
recently?
No, this was old. This was like 90s or something.
Yeah. Because I almost watched it again.
Mm.
I almost watched. I didn't realize that like Snoop Dogg had like a Tales from the Crypt like.
Oh, you didn't know that? What?
Yeah,
Tales from the Hood or whatever?
Tales from the
Tales
Hood.
from the Hood.
I almost watched
All
it. I
right.
have to watch it.
Or
I
what?
have
No.
to.
He was
dude.
the one that was Bones.
Yeah, he did that one too. I've watched that one, but he has Tales from the Hood also. It's
Alright.
him
'Cause
also.
I thought that one was
It's on
somebody
Freevee
else.
right now.
I
I
thought
just
that was
watched-
somebody else.
It's Snoop Dogg.
Because there's another guy that
It's
was
Snoop Dogg. He's the narrator. He is the
95.
crypt keeper. Yeah, 95.
Wow.
Tales from the Hood.
I
Is
don't
he in
see. I don't see anything about Snoop in here.
I
though.
told you it wasn't that one.
No?
That was a different guy. It was the God, what is his name?
No. I don't-
Who's the?
You'd recognize
like
him,
the
the director is Rusty
yeah no.
Cundiff.
Yeah.
Cundiff?
Who's the crypt keeper in that one then? They have to have a crypt keeper.
Oh God, I'm trying to remember where else you
it's
know him from.
Oh,
I don't
know
think there's
you-
a-
Trying to know
there
where-
is. It's what's
no, there
his
is,
name?
because
Yes.
because it was about this
Yes.
little boy who got
Yes.
basically, and this guy's telling him all
Yes.
these different
It's the
stories
old-
in this
old
museum
man.
like that he has in his house.
Is he still alive? I don't know if that actor's still alive.
I don't know.
What's
I
his
just remember he
fucking
creeped me the
name?
fuck out in that movie
Yes.
because he was
Yes.
he went all he was
He
doing
was
like
a
all
black guy
wide
with, like, white
eyes.
hair,
Yeah, he was
John
going,
Cassier?
That might have been his name. I'd have to see a picture of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
But-
owned a mortuary and shit. And those
Yeah,
three
yeah, that
dudes
was it.
like showed up to rob his
What,
ass.
that guy?
No,
No.
no, it's a black guy.
All right. Well. I don't
But
know.
yeah, TV definitely has had an effect on us.
Yes, definitely, definitely has.
I don't know. It's okay. Just to get back to like what we were talking about, though. Then, I feel like film has done less of an influence. Like, cause there's movies out there
Yeah.
that do have a little bit. Like
Yeah,
Burnt was another
Burnt,
one
That's a great
with
movie.
with Bradley Cooper.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie, when he just goes out there and he's like, apologize to the server. I'm not apologizing to her.
Mhm.
He just starts wrapping up that table.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I've
thank
seen
you
that
for
little
your
clip a
dining
lot.
experience.
Yeah.
Thank you for dining at the Langham. I was like, God, I've wanted to do that so many fucking times.
Yeah, but
Just
that,
go
that
out
was
there and
another.
be
That
like,
was a.
Chef, my chef.
Yeah, you're out.
I will stand beside you.
You're
It
out.
was,
Forever
it was
and
one of the
always.
movies I love a lot, but it doesn't. It's just not real.
Yeah, I know. It's
It's
Is there
just-
any reason you could
And that's
do
good.
that?
That's actually pretty
It's-
good.
If you're the
Yeah.
owner, be like, hey,
because it's hard to fantasize our career. There's very
that's
little.
true.
like fantasies about it. It's usually pretty long hours, drug use, alcoholism,
Yeah.
These things exist.
OnlyFans accounts,
Yeah.
Tinder accounts,
Sleeping
video
with the
dating.
hostess or the servers.
Yeah, right. A lot of long nights, bad decisions.
A lot of memes. Like,
A
a
lot of
lot of the
memes.
memes are usually the
Yeah.
stereotype. Like, you don't
Yeah.
see as much of it lately anymore.
Yeah,
So
but it's
because
very hard
it
to
just became,
fantasize our
I think that's the
career.
biggest effect that we've had so far from like film and from TV shows, is that the exposure that we've gotten now, that the industry has, and like now it's like all
Right.
eyes on us. That like a lot of the behaviors that used to be really
Yeah.
toxic are now being like, shame on you, don't do that.
Yeah.
So with all this pop culture, like these movies and things, correct me if I'm wrong. Are there any of these types of films where there's a female lead that's a chef or a bartender?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the one right now. There has been in the past.
I'm assuming there's
Like-
not as many.
What was that? Not the letters to Juliet.
It's my
whatever,
ignorance.
Julia Childs.
Oh, the Julia
movie.
Childs.
Yeah.
Well,
Biopic.
that's
Childs.
less of the industry.
No,
Yeah.
well,
But that was
yeah,
definitely
very
less
less
industry.
of the
Yeah.
industry. It's
'Cause
more
I've seen
like
that movie
her
several
life,
times with my wife,
which is great. Yeah,
That's a great movie.
It's
great
my
movie.
life.
Great movie, but again,
Not industry, really.
yeah, not industry related.
No.
And
Like
that's, I
the
guess,
boyfriend, he's a cook, and she's learning to cook.
Yeah,
by
she's
doing
a
the whole
writer.
Challenge.
She's
a
just
writer.
a writer. She's writing
Yeah.
a book
So it's more about like finding passion.
Yeah.
It's less about
where
the-
she has to like
in the
make all the
trenches type.
recipes that Julia made. She has like so many days to make all those recipes.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she was like day 300. She realized how hard it was to make hollandaise. I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, y'all mofos don't understand. Hollandaise is a bitch.
I don't know. It's
And the stress of
Well, I
it, I
guess
think
once you get
that's
used to
what
it.
I really liked. The most thing that I liked the best about that movie was the way she got so stretched out and how important it is for chefs, like, because we focus on that recipe and we want to try to perfect it, saying to the best of our abilities, doing everything right. And when you mess that recipe up, that's soul crushing. It'll
Yeah.
hurt you. When you mess a recipe up or
you feel like you
Yeah.
fail at everything.
yeah.
It's not like I just
Especially
made a
if, say,
mistake.
you have a dinner party
it's just like,
coming
oh
over.
no, everything is terrible.
Yes.
And it's
yes,
my fault.
Yes. And you taste your own food and you're like, this is not good.
Yeah.
Everybody else at the table might be like, oh, this is delicious. But in your head, you're like, this is terrible.
It's like,
Stop
that's terrible.
lying
I
to
could
me.
do so much better.
I
You're
know,
blowing
right?
smoke up my ass.
You're
Don't
just
lie to
lying
me.
to me. Stop it. Stop it. I appreciate it, but just tell me the truth,
Yeah, it's like now it's like you get imposter syndrome really bad,
Yeah.
really fast because it's like everything you do is complete
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that's how those Food Network chefs have to be, bro. You're telling me that like Gordon Ramsay, Rachel Ray, Bobby Flay, they never mess up? They never fuck up a dish? I guarantee they still fuck up shit.
they got to play that persona.
Yeah.
I noticed
Yeah.
he has done more content. At least Gordon's done more content in the last
But
couple
again-
years, where he's being a little more humble and he's like,
I always appreciate those kind of shows,
Yeah.
like those kind of like programs or that kind of image because like Gordon Ramsay, I like not for his recipes or his restaurants really. Like I respect the man. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's actually I think
Yeah,
is a
amazing chef.
pretty amazing chef. But he is humble enough to be like when he does a show, he's not afraid to lose. He'll take it.
Yeah.
He's not like
Yeah.
he's not like, oh, this is bullshit. We got to rewrite this or do this on my
Yeah.
program to make sure I'm winning.
Yeah.
He's not scared to lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
can't grow.
again going back
don't.
to the Julia Childs. That was one thing that if you ever watch her cooking show, she's the Bob Ross of fucking culinary, though, bro.
Yeah.
She would be like, "Oh, you fucked it up. Try it again. Oh, we added too much of this. That's okay. Now you did this, you did that. Like mistakes are gonna be made to where like Food Network nowadays, it's like everything came out perfect. Oh my God, the chef got it right on the first try. After the commercial break, here comes this beautiful lack of ram, and it's like,
So Julia's okay with there being happy
Yes.
accidents.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
can make
She
something better
was.
by accident.
go back and watch her shows, bro. They're amazing.
long
She really
time.
is.
And a lot of like old school, like when like chefs were first coming out, they were on public access. Like a lot of them were like on basic cable or local cable networks. You had to go buy into it and whatnot, like the Cajun Cooker and whatnot.
Mhm.
I just found out about this guy not too long ago because I was trying to make a seafood boil for my wife for her graduation. I don't know how to make a damn seafood boil, but I came across this guy. Wish I could remember his name, but he's the Cajun Cooker. And this guy is pure. That's what cooking shows should go back to. You know what I'm saying? They need to go back to their roots to where it's just like you're in this kitchen, you're cooking. if you mess something up or you do this, you do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little more free, not as scripted.
I guess
as
that's what
Food Network
happens
is now.
when you have media and you have to like,
Yeah,
you have certain ratings and you need to keep the show going. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
is it? I mean, are people going to tune out if we make
Yeah.
mistakes and we admit that? And
No, I would tune in more. Again,
Yeah.
going back to the American Idol. I used to watch American Idol because of the mess ups, because of people failing. I would much rather watch somebody fail at something than just be perfect every time. You
Yeah.
know, like, stop lying to me. You're not perfect every time.
yeah,
And you don't even get that feeling that they're even cooking it no more. You go back and you watch the Julia Childs and the Cajun Cooker. You're watching them cook it. It's just them in the kitchen
Yeah.
and they're seasoning and they're tasting it and they're cooking it, you know. Very little commercial breaks. They would do almost like what we're doing right now. They would do one take, cook the whole thing, and keep it going. Not a lot of film back in those days to waste. And I guess you only had 30 minutes on your public access. So it's not like you had all this airtime and a week to practice this show.
Yeah,
It's
I think
raw,
one of my
real.
favorite things though
Yeah,
is like
raw.
when people make really bad recipes though, and they put it out there,
Oh, that's
and
best.
then they
Oh,
go
it's
to
awesome.
taste it, and you can just see it's just kind of like they're like, oh, it's so good. It's like, I know you don't think that's good.
Yeah, right.
I know you
you're
don't.
lying to me. You're lying to yourself.
Right. I saw your butthole clench from
Like,
here.
I saw you
On
flinch.
camera.
Like, I wonder how many takes it took before they finally got a straight face out of
Right.
you when you tasted that.
Right. You're a
Nah.
goddamn liar.
Like just sub it. Get a non-transparent bowl.
Mm, yeah.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Yum.
Yeah, right. Right.
Just a little pop.
Little
That's those were always my favorite moments in those shows because like
Yeah.
it does it feels so overproduced. Most of the recipes are like
Yes.
they're not that great,
Yeah.
and
And
most
now-
of them aren't accurate to like what you're going to be doing at home.
No.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, it's entertaining, but again,
Yeah.
you're bouncing all over the place. And again, I guess Iron Chef is. I used to love that show back in its raw form, back in the early '90s, when they would just have maybe 2 cameras in the whole studio, and it was just you watch one cookie, you watch the other. You're bouncing back and forth between like the 2 cameras. Not all these cameramen running around and doing all this shit. And there's so much going on. You're not even seeing what they're doing half the time. It's 2 to 3 seconds of a clip of them putting something in a fryer or a judge coming along. What are you doing right there? Oh, well, I'm pounding this chicken for the cordon bleu. Like, well, come on now.
Mm.
I mean, that's a great. I'm still learning about production, and I want to do so many other things with production. But I understand I have to start slow. But having seen all these different shows and things like you're talking about, you can absolutely overproduce something.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Having good
Yes.
lighting, having good audio, having a good premise. Those are all important things. But then to say, well, we need to get every shot perfect and
Yeah.
like pre-scripting, like you're going to make this and it's going to be delicious, but then
Yeah.
they're going to mess up this. And it's like, why do you feel the need to script out something that should just be organic and just enjoy it? And if you fuck up, who
fuck
cares?
up.
Exactly.
You know,
That's
so
where
part of the show.
creativity
That
comes
should be
from.
that enjoyment should come
Yes.
from the sheer act of what really happens.
yeah.
Just letting
Yeah.
it be.
Yeah.
And if you can't have a show like that, then at the very least, don't lie to people. If you're going to
Yeah.
make it, then have that little disclaimer. This was pre-scripted shot. And,
Yep.
but I mean, obviously they're not going to
Yeah.
tell you that. They don't have
It's for
to.
your
No.
entertainment use.
It's
only.
entertainment
Reality.
only.
It's
TV.
entertainment only. Yep.
That's
why I said.
reality TV. That
This
is
is about
the
reality
biggest
as reality
load of
kings on the
horseshit.
internet. Okay.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
just the biggest lie
Yeah.
I've ever seen. It's reality.
Yeah. Well, it puts those lies in the common folk, though. Your guests, your customers that do
Yeah.
come out to you,
Yeah.
because now they seen it. Bobby Flay cooked this perfect burger. Now every person in that kitchen is supposed to be able to cook
Uh-huh.
every burger perfect.
Yeah.
It turns into like,
You know?
you've taken the whole
Tell the
Instagram
chef.
premise of showing your perfect life.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you traveled out here and you're at this beautiful restaurant, you get your photo,
Yeah.
and then you might be the same person that's like, I'm not actually eating, I'm not paying for this, I'm going to bounce. Or yeah, anytime you're trying to make everything look like it's just amazing. It's like, man, life is not that way.
No, it's
Mm.
not.
And there's a
Full
lot of like,
mistakes.
yeah, it's like they don't, what is it? It's like they don't care about the raw human element.
Yeah.
They're just trying to push all the dark
Yeah.
stuff to the side. But
Yeah.
you can't have
Right.
great times
Can't
unless
have
you got,
it.
yeah.
Right. We need drunk Kevin. Where's drunk Kevin washing dishes in the back?
Fuck yeah, drunk
that
Kevin.
you wanted to send home, but you can't send Kevin home because it's gonna be a busy night tonight. That's the shit that like gets
Yeah.
edited out.
They don't
They
show
don't
these
show that.
people.
They don't
No.
show Kevin. I like Kevin. Kevin's a good guy. Yeah, he's a little drunk. Or fucking Billy that's getting
it
high in the
shouldn't be.
cooler and shit like that. Like Billy had to work his shit tonight. We wanted to send Billy home, but we needed Billy tonight.
Oh shit! It's Billy
So you have
here.
a drunk dishwasher and a stoner chef or stoner cook back there that oversalted a burger. And that's the thing, like mistakes happen. So like,
Yeah.
just send your food back. We'll cook it again.
I got a bartender that he hasn't had his opioids in the last 6 hours, so he's starting to get real fucking pissy.
Jonesy.
And it's like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
But he's still got to do the job. So he's
Yeah.
going to be just sourpuss doing the job the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with him? And I got to lie to him. Be
I
like,
gotta
he's
lie.
just having a bad day.
Yeah, right.
No.
He has a lot of bad days.
Not
No,
that
it's
he
like,
hasn't
yeah,
had his
he
Xanax yet.
Yeah, he does. But
Man, he's missed his
I need him.
Xanax.
He gets the job done, even if he's
Yeah.
he's a certain way. And
It's a
that's-
stick.
Yeah.
It is something that is bad in the industry, and I think that it is tragic that it's that way. But it does happen,
It does.
absolutely.
and so
It does.
But that is part of
But
like
there's
what
no
they don't
glamour
show.
in
That's
that.
why they don't want
show.
to. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the
They don't want to.
raw.
That's why I think I talked about it in another episode. It was like one of my big pet peeves in the pet peeves episode was like how romanticized
Yep.
Mhm.
the whole
Yeah.
industry has become. Whereas
Yeah.
it's like you do
Yeah.
understand like that drunk asshole is probably going to cook you the best food you're ever going to have.
Right.
But at
Or
the
he's gonna at
same
least show up.
or
he
he's
can
gonna
buy
at
his
least
next
show up.
six-pack. He needs this job. Okay.
He fucking needs it.
He needs it.
A
Sorry.
lot of people
Kevin
get a lot
needs
of
his
stuff
job.
done out of
Kevin has
desperation.
child support. He has back taxes, and he has to buy his Bush Light. Okay, that's where his checks are going
Bush
to.
Yep.
Light.
All right. Well, maybe Natty Light. I don't know what Kevin drinks. I think
If
Kevin.
he's getting drunk, he's not drinking Bush or he's not drinking Natty.
No, what do you think? What do you think Kevin would be drinking?
Kevin's most likely drinking. Like,
A
he's
Bud
definitely
Light
drinking
guy?
cheap.
Or
but
is he
he's-
drinking? Like, is he a Michelob Ultra Light?
He's
Why is he
High
drinking
Life,
light? Like,
PBR.
I don't know. Kevin just sounds like a light drinking type of guy. He sounds like he needs a light beer.
Well, that's just the name Kevin, I think.
Yeah, I know,
It's
right?
just-
Kevin's buying
Or
a
Jeff.
cheap handle of whiskey and cheap beer.
Yeah,
He'll get the job
He's buying
done, and that way he
E&J.
can sip on that throughout the night. He doesn't
that's
have to
probably
like
true.
drink 2
It's in
large
his
cans
book bag.
IPA and be done.
Oh, I've seen that kind of stuff happen where people were like hiding their
still
alcohol
reserved.
like in
Yeah.
their lockers or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, let me go grab something,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they open the locker, take a quick swig, and just
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Put that on your cameras, Food Network.
yeah,
Show that part of
Yeah.
the reality of our world.
Jesus, man. Yeah, and them getting away with it. Nobody
Right.
cares. You know why? Because we're short staffed. We need them. We need to get through this rush.
The
Get the fuck
guaranteed
back out
culinary
there.
school graduates would decline by a lot. Like, never mind. I don't think I want to go to culinary school no more.
It's just all. It's the glamour.
Yeah, it's the glamour.
It's alcohol. I mean, alcohol and food gets a lot of glamour, even though we have obviously all these laws and rules surrounding it. Something I did enjoy when I went to that Pantera concert on the big screens. They had between like the showings, they had little adverts and stuff, and one of them was like, make memories, not photos. Like enjoy
Yeah.
a drink instead
Yeah.
of like having your phone up or whatever, like however they phrased it. But it was like, yeah, put your fucking phone down.
Yeah.
Have a drink and
Yeah.
enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Stop holding your phones up. I don't want to watch a show through your phone, which I thought
I
was going to
know, I
ruin it
catch
for me, and it
myself
didn't. It
doing it
wasn't
every
nearly as
time.
bad as I thought it was going to be.
I told you it was not bad. They're only up for a few seconds. But did you catch yourself watching the show through somebody's camera though? I catch myself all the time. I'm like, the show's right there.
No,
But
not
for
at all.
some reason, my eyes will just be like, I'm watching their camera now. Why? Why am I doing that?
Although I did have 2 dudes that were like half a foot taller than me in front of me
oh yeah,
for like
you
half
always
the
do.
show.
You
So,
always
but on the
will.
2 screens, they had like different camera angles catching, like the guitarist like ripping. just,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. I want to see his fingers just. It's fucking beautiful. Or the drummer's just in there and he's just losing his fucking mind.
Yeah,
That's a show.
Like
That's
that.
why
felt
you go.
that. You felt
That's why,
that.
yeah, I know you felt that.
I don't know if you know what a guitar sounds like, but
Sounded like more of a cat you ran over.
Yeah, I was like,
God, dude, my voice is still.
Somebody ran over Garfield's fucking tail.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have a future career as any kind of sound effect.
Right?
No,
Not a beatboxer heard.
that's not happening.
You did get a good pop in earlier, so we'll forgive the
Yeah, that's
guitar.
Oh,
You
There
can't do that.
go.
oh, Jesus.
I don't know. I think those shows just they bother me. Like the competition
Yeah.
ones bother me
Yes.
because I don't think those are very accurate to like what
Or not.
cooking should be.
No.
No.
It's like
No.
you're number one, like they put you under these restraints with the recipe
and all that
leads and all that
stress
kind
and
of stuff.
everything. It shouldn't be that. It should be fun.
And it's okay, so you want to see what they can do. It's like you're never gonna do that.
No.
That's not real.
No.
what do you think? What do you think's happening right now?
Yeah.
Like they took the cooking show and they're like, hey, here's a mason jar of bacon grease and some flour and, you know, some spices you might have in your cabinet. Just make a gravy. Let's make some gravy. Let's see if we can do something with a gravy.
Yeah.
With just stuff we got lying around the house and most people just have sitting around that you can get for $2 at like the spice aisle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a thing that I fucking hate. I just want to jump into right there. Like the content I see online sometimes, like these people that are like, we can make this, but cheaper. And it's like, no, you're not at all. Because you know what? You're like, it's going to cost you $1.50 per serving. It's like, yeah, per serving. That means you want me to basically, is that the only thing I'm going to eat all week?
Yeah.
So now it's like, great, I have all these ingredients. Now I have to use them all before they all go bad. But I spent fucking $50 for a burger. Why? Don't tell me you made something cheaper when you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's such bullshit advertising just for content and for hits. Like, I hate that kind of crap.
Can we do an episode like that? I just want to talk about what we eat and like what, like, at least I have a pretty set, what I eat every day is mostly the same.
Mhm.
I don't use the mental capacity to like, I also don't know how to cook well. You guys know how to cook. At least if y'all had access to a whole bunch of stuff, be like, yeah, I can make this, and this. I'd be like, I'm going to go to H Mart. I'm going to get marinated chicken. I'm going to make some rice and I'm going to get some like package of kimchi. That's what I'm eating. That's what I'm eating for dinner. And I'll have like that for maybe a meal or two and I'm done.
And that's
And
perfect.
then some like
for
nuts out
like
of a
you.
bag. That's about it.
Yeah,
That's perfect. Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I
No.
mean, I'm not doing that. I'm making my meals up and things like that. Like, I want to have that, but like, I know the products that I buy and how long and how many uses I'll get out of them. So I'll change the proteins up and I'll buy enough proteins just for my week, enough vegetables for my week. So I get all my peppers, all my onions, everything every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Me and the wife go and pick up our grocery delivery, I guess, or the way they bag it up for you. But I just put it on an app just like we did at restaurants, you know, just like, oh, go to the Kroger app, goes to the Publix app. And then they just bring it out to the car nowadays. But
that feels like a
I plan
hurdle
that
for
out.
me to get to that mindset of like,
really, yeah, it's pretty easy.
because I don't think about that at all. I don't think like I'd only need this much meat and this much of this vegetable and this much of this spice, and then I can make
that's
this
why
many
there's
servings.
places like Hello Fresh because you don't have that capacity.
I'd be sitting down with a pen and paper, like, all right, I have to make an Excel spreadsheet, and here's what I can make, and hopefully I don't fuck any of it up because then I'll be wasting some of it. But
you gotta worry about.
Now I have to look up a tutorial, like, actually, how do I cook this properly, and how do I prep this properly?
Yeah.
It's like, with none of that knowledge, all of a sudden I have to go and watch YouTube videos. And then I go down that rabbit hole where I'm like, I'm not good enough. Fuck this. I'm getting DoorDash. Yep. I can't cook. I'll never be able to cook. I'm eating Hot Pockets.
I'm eating Hot Pockets that I order from the CVS through DoorDash.
Yeah, right. Just revert back to that then. That's fine. But
thank God I can make a bomb margarita.
Margarita,
you're good. See, that's why we come together. That's why we're friends, though. You make the margaritas, I'll cook the dinner then.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
But you see,
I'll bring the stuff next week. I'll make some margaritas.
All right.
I'm in a bit of a different boat because I'm a single person. I have to. I don't have a family that I'm really preparing for. So if I go out and I buy like ground beef, I better be ready to use all that ground beef for something.
Yeah. Or find a way to just store it and preserve it because you could, if you were smart enough. Now, again, it's the initial investment of going out and buying a food saver. As you go out and get a fruit saver, you know what I'm saying? You can buy a pound of ground beef for yourself. You could package all that 1 pound into what? 3 burgers for that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And just do 6 ounces, 6 ounces, 6 ounces, and then freeze it. And whenever you want a burger, you could pull it out. Now, it just takes prep and planning for that type of situation. Everybody can do that. It's just prep and planning and having the space and everything that you need for that. Because you're right. You go out and buy a pound of ground beef. You're not making a pound of ground beef and a pound of spaghetti for dinner just for yourself. No. Because you'll eat it once and you might have it twice for leftovers, but you're left with a whole lot of spaghetti that could have fed a family.
Yeah, and so it's like that. I know that it's a cheaper serving, but now it's like I have all these ingredients also left over. Like think about all your herbs, your spices, all this other stuff that I might not use. Those things can last, but using spaghetti is probably a bad idea because number one, it's one of my favorite meals. I will eat that every day. But like it's like when you get those like recipes, like that like chicken Alfredo or something like that. Not even Alfredo. Good. I'm sorry. It's like some kind of grilled chicken sandwich. Not sandwich. I keep going back to carbs. Yeah. But just like these fancy dishes that they're just trying to make it seem like you can still go out to dinner, but it'd be cheaper if you just do it this way because it's only going to cost you $1. And I'm like, no, it's not because you know what? I might not eat that spinach for another week.
Now that yes,
I might not.
see, so
I
now
might not
that's
be
what you
using
can't
that
do.
vegetable for another week. I might not be doing
That's-
this, and so therefore that $1.50 just cost me fucking $20-$30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
find another place to use that vegetable. Then that's the only thing. You
And
gotta
that's what
really
I mean.
do.
Is it's like I have to either. It's like I'm planning my entire week
'Cause you're
around
right.
one meal.
Yeah,
I feel
I'll teach you, Zach. I'll show you. We'll get you on a
I
game
know how to
plan.
do this stuff. I'm just saying that that's my complaint for those that
Yeah,
content
yeah.
out there is because like they try to
Is they're
advertise it
not
like it's like
telling
that.
you how to do that and actually move forward with that. There's no
Yeah.
actual.
there's
real
an
story about it.
expectation
They're
that you have
saying
time.
that I can go out and I
Exactly.
can buy 2 pounds of chicken for this. I can buy this. I can buy this. What do I do with the leftovers? That's the
Mhm.
biggest question. You know what I'm saying?
What are you going to do
gotta
with what
break
you've
that
got left
down.
over? Because you're
Depending
not going
on
to be
who you're
using all
cooking
of that
for.
right there. You're not going to go to the grocery
Yeah, what's
store.
the
They're not going to
serving
give you
size?
30 cents worth of freaking like lettuce.
Yeah.
Well,
You think
technically,
meal
you
prepping-
still can. Yeah.
Like the whole trend of
No,
meal
not
prepping.
lettuce.
Usually, it's in like the fitness community, but is that a
I don't
good
mind
trend?
meal prepping is actually something that I
That's
recommend.
what you have to do.
But
though.
that's what I mean. But by this kind of stuff, where it's this kind of is, if you're going to do like that kind of content, what I would rather see, if you really want to get real about it, is show us what you're going to actually meal prep. Like, am I going to be eating that every single day,
yes.
or are we going to actually prep out meals that we can cook, have a variety, and actually have a balanced diet every single day and not get bored with our food?
Yeah.
Because food should be something that
Yeah.
you should be going home and enjoying and like looking
Yes.
forward to, in my opinion.
Yes.
So if you're going to meal prep and you're going to go out and you want to eat cheaper, you want to be able to do that,
Absolutely.
show them the aftermath, like you were saying.
Yeah.
What do I do with those leftovers? Great. What's the next meal I can make?
Yes.
What's the next thing I can do? So that way
Yes.
it's no longer just, okay, this is $1.50 here, but now you can also make this. This only costs
Uh-huh.
you a fucking dollar. This is only this much per serving. Now you've spent $50, but you've gotten this many meals out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And like showing that
Yeah.
is a lot more honest to me
Yes.
than telling somebody I can make a
Yes.
freaking meal
Yeah.
cheaper when you're not.
Yeah.
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 It's all about that perspective to me,
Yep.
where it's just like I feel like when I see that kind of stuff, you're straight up lying to my face.
Yeah. I mean, they are.
When I was at my heaviest,
They are and
weight-
they aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's not
I
telling you
mean-
the full story. It's like the kid that broke the vase. You know what I'm saying? Like the vase broke and see what had happened was I
Yeah.
did this, but like
But
you
they
don't
never
tell
f-
me the whole story.
But like no one ever. It's hard to assume anyone's like you just assume that everyone is going to make the decisions that is right for them in their current situation. So you're just like,
Yeah.
cool. I don't worry about unless you're specifically focused on. But
Oh
then-
no, there's definitely I hate it because like a lot of them you'll see and they're like, this is great for if you're in a college dorm. It's like, no, you just told that kid to go spend that much money, and he's
Right.
eating like he's making this on a hot plate in his dorm
In a-
room.
Right?
And where's he going to store the leftover? You
In the
didn't
mini
save him
fridge?
money. You just cost him a whole bunch.
That mini fridge can
Yeah.
only fit a 6-pack of
Like
Natty
you're-
Light or Milwaukee's
It's
Best.
that freaking Joshua guy that I always see doing it too. He's the biggest liar. Like, don't get me wrong, his recipes aren't bad, but he just portrays himself as this guy who's
Yeah.
like, I can make everything better and cheaper. And it's like, you can't.
Yeah, you're not.
I can spend $100 and make a better McDonald's Big Mac. I don't
Of
care.
course.
Mm.
Yeah.
But don't tell me that, you're saving me money when the ingredients, like who's going out and buying like seaweed for dirt cheap and then saying, I'm going to use it all on throughout the entire week or whatever. Like, I'm not going to eat seaweed every single day.
No.
I'm not that much of a fan of it.
Yeah.
So
And I wonder if he
Uh.
includes his gas money, travel time.
I
all
doubt he
that
includes
stuff.
any of that. It's all just
Yeah,
per
right?
serving, per everything
You're
like
telling me
that.
that it's only this, It is just
It's a
planning it
big
out.
slap in the face.
It is.
Yeah. If you're someone that is okay with eating the same meal every day,
Absolutely.
when
then.
I was putting
Yeah.
on weight, I would do toasted cashews.
Yeah.
And then cook a pound of ground beef, and that was
Yeah.
my meal for the day. Like
Yeah.
I broke up in like 2 meals, but I ate a pound of ground beef and like a quarter cup of or like half a cup of cashews, and that was
Yeah.
all I ate every day.
Yeah.
For like, and yeah, it got boring, but my goal wasn't
That
to.
is boring.
I wasn't trying. I mean, I'd
Fair.
spice it up and all that, and maybe like add hot sauce. That'd be like my big thing.
Mm.
Cholula.
But I always
sriracha,
wondered why
whatever.
bodybuilders are so scared of like spices. Like how many calories are in oregano? Can you just add some fucking oregano to
Oh,
it?
it's not that.
I can understand salt and stuff
Yeah.
like that because
It's
you don't want
you're
the
going to the
sodium.
bathroom 3 to 4 times a day.
So you don't want oregano smelling poop?
No, we're not just talking about like spicy, like heat. We're talking
No,
about
no, no.
like
Yeah,
spices,
yeah,
like
spices,
that
Oh, I
are.
don't know. I
oregano,
would add-
thyme, things like that.
Yeah, I just started experimenting. Like I'd cumin this time, and I add
Yeah,
oregano this time.
yeah.
I just like start
Cumin's
adding stuff
good.
in there to see what
Turmeric
works.
is a great one. How come like no
Yeah.
bodybuilders ever talk about
Turmeric is
turmeric?
great.
Turmeric is
It's
great. And it's not bad for you. It's actually good
Yes.
for you. I
Oh,
think.
there are
Man,
like
actually,
turmeric
it is good,
supplements
like
out
this.
there for
Yes, there really is. Yeah. All right, so that's our opinion on cooking shows and the glamour of Food Networks to movies. I
Yeah.
don't know. I love them. I
Yeah.
still watch them. I
don't
criticize.
you
I
go
love and I
ahead.
hate.
I'm out.
You know, the TikTokers out there. I love and hate you. I like that guy that makes these old timey recipes. Like fucking, I don't know who that guy is, but I love him. He's like, I'm gonna make an apple pie out of Ritz crackers.
Dude,
What
there
the
are
fuck
some
did you
there
just
are some
say?
people out there that are actually like people I like to watch. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
he
like I know I
made-
bitch about that one thing, but
Yeah.
that's because that's the content that disturbs me
Yeah,
because
that's the one
that's
you
like
hate.
misleading people. But there are a lot of people that are also just doing a really good job out there of putting good food.
You know who you are.
You know.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know.
All right, y'all. Oh, I think it's about that time. Actually, I'm starting to get hungry. We're talking about all this food.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
baby.
I gotta go
That's what
cook
we
dinner.
do.
Yes. All right, I'm clocking
All
out,
right,
chef.
let's clock out, y'all.
I'm off
End
the
the
clock.
shift.
Night, y'all. We love
Good
you very
Night.
much.
We love you. Cuddles.
We'll see you next week.
Catch you on the flip side, guy.
I'm clocking out, yo bitches. I'm clocking
Right.
out.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, calling people bitches.
Oh, I'm calling you my bitch, motherfucker. Look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
It don't mean ladies. It can mean the men's too.
These bitches be tripping. I ain't calling you a bitch. It's just because I don't know
You
your
fall
name
down a
individually.
lot, so you probably.
You don't even have to push me. I just fall down. I be tripping. I'm the bitches that be tripping.
Gotta get that on here at some point. It's so funny. Night, y'all.